we returned to, I believe, Mitch was going to
Yeah, what is he?
or sign in.
What is he gonna say?
Siamese wants to say something.
Chinese me.
Mitchum, what are your
Mitchum.
words of wisdom
Mitch. Moment.
or lack thereof?
Pog. Just fade into the darkness.
Signing up Pogs. That was all that was important. No. He is going to cast Ascending
Ascending?
To his
Becoming a god?
to his Frava.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to come find you.
Hey, Dad,
What
are
if
you
you're-
a war criminal? Just
Dad, it's
wondering.
Hammerfell's new dad. You two could be
I'm in
brothers.
town. Where do you live? So I can meet you, or meet up with you, if that's all right.
Well, I tell you, son, now's really not a good time.
That's what his reply is. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Any other second sending? Because we have warlock slots. We can do this at least 2 times an hour. Tonight? Tomorrow? When would be a good time?
I tell you, son, probably gonna be 5 minutes. Probably gonna take me about the better part of the rest of this month before I can see you.
Well, that's disappointing. He says to himself. Well,
Oh no,
What?
they've become brothers.
Hammerfell, you got a new dad.
but
He's also a
Because
war
of your
criminal.
mom.
we're gonna short rest and get
Finally.
our spell slots back.
All right. For the sake of simplicity and time, we can cut to when everyone arrives. Everyone is present at the Broken Blade Inn. You make it into the kind of not how would Signy describe it? The affordable appearing interior of the Broken Blade Inn.
It's like a Holiday Inn. I would think.
It's called Broken because it's for broke bitches.
It's a two-story inn with a cellar beneath it. There is a what appears to be a dragon skull hanging above the fireplace. There are a few small rooms in here, and there are also there's also a common room available for discounted rates where several people who likely don't know each other sleep in the same room. The innkeeper is Eklin, a young female human of red hair. You three have been served as Hammerfell is walking into the door.
Or
But the thing about suffixes is that not all languages have them as such a significant thing as we might see in Common or even in Elvish.
Oh, Hammerfell!
Oh,
telepathically
Join
to
us.
Reasoning. Is
Save
she still
us.
talking? I cast silence 4 minutes ago, but I can still hear her.
That is my favorite thing to do with Solera, is to just open on scenes with her rambling.
Lyra counterspelled my silence to keep talking.
yes, hello. There is a problem.
What's the problem?
Oh, this is
Well, my sister has been up in arms about some sort of mystery, a public discourse about a strange underground project that's underway.
The sign that she had?
Yes, it was. Apparently, she is not the only one who does not wish for this to be completed. They want to know information about it. There is a large hole descending into the ground, just below that large ring-like structure. I sense my mother down inside somewhere.
Do you mean that she has been taken?
I believe so. That is what my sister said, is that people have been disappearing It would seem that she is right.
Well,
I've not tried to contact her again, but I doubt it would succeed.
and I'm assuming that law enforcement has done nothing about this sort of thing.
Well, they are simple entities. I'd spoke with one on the way over there. They seem to have a directive they want. They have a list of things, I presume, that they know those, and they simply wish to repeat that.
Do they
They
not
have a
have
list of
people
commands.
running these machines?
I mean, automaton, autonomous.
But someone
Autopilot.
has to tell the machines what to do.
Yes, when they are designed, I presume, but once they are going, they follow those directives perfectly. There was a confrontation with the crowd. One
What I'm
struck
saying is, are there no people at all in law enforcement here?
I'm sure there are, but they aren't the ones roaming the streets. They aren't
Or
the
they're
ones
only
holding
used for big
people
things.
down.
I see.
There was a confrontation at the crowd. One man struck the automaton, and it struck him back. I stepped in and assisted him. Should I not have been there, he may have perished.
Was he all right?
Yes, I used some of my magic to restore him, but he was not looking well. They are powerful things. His blow would have done nothing to harm its armor, but it struck him back with, well, perhaps 10 times the force.
He hit the automaton?
It was carrying some sort of official away, and he merely tapped it with the sign he was holding, and it nearly caved his rib cage in.
Oh dear. I just said, oh dear.
Oh. Yes, they are. They're a concerning thing to have be the thing policing your streets. I don't believe it's very safe. You need to have a sense of sentience, something to make decisions. That is my opinion, though. But there is something strange going on, and I'm going to find out what it is. Should you wish to join me, you're welcome to.
So we're investigating
If
something?
for no other reason than what on earth could it be?
I have no idea, but they have my mother, and perhaps my sister as well.
Then
So I asked when we got
Should
here
we
and you
fight
couldn't
them?
talk to her. But would you like me to try to track her now?
Well, I know where she is.
Oh no, I
I've
can see what's
already
going on
tracked her.
around them. I can explore the room and stuff. I get to see. It's a lot more than just knowing their location.
Yes. Sure.
Unless you want to go in there without any chance of knowing, we can do that too.
No, that would be a good way to receive information.
Do you have
Check it
something?
out.
Do you know any way we can get something that belongs to her?
I mean,
Any
How much it
item
is.
of hers?
Anything. It could be clothing.
Sure, there's much back at the house, but I do not have anything. I've not seen her in many years.
Well, then let's go there. Maybe he has a hairbrush or something.
Very well. Should you wish, we
gonna
can.
have to walk.
Well, we can make that trip quick. Just two individuals.
I suppose.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
quick to fly.
Let's go.
Sort of.
We get to avoid traffic.
Stop your violent law.
What's the
Yes.
disco?
They also apparently is not advised to fly. Apparently it might disrupt aerial traffic, but there is much room to maneuver. I do not see why it is such an issue.
Have we seen any aerial traffic aside from
Yeah, we
survivor
saw the
films?
balloons.
There's balloons and zeppelins and
Oh,
stuff.
true. That's
I suggest we move quickly.
Do you know how
Hope it's safe.
long? Do you know how long we'll be able to meet back up or whatever?
Well, it takes
When
about
are we going down there?
give or take an hour.
Are we going down there in an hour?
Well,
No. Well,
If
I
I don't know.
told my sister to meet me there or meet me here at nightfall.
How long is it till night?
At this point, probably about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Signing will just say in that case then might as well do this. Stay kind of still. And I will cast aid at 4th level for everyone.
Let's go.
Hey.
And that
extra
means 15.
Oh, 15, that's right. It's the second level
Yeah.
spell.
Yep. Well, this feels nice. Thank you.
You all faintly glow with a white yellow light, and then it will slowly fade, and you feel invigorated.
I have missed that. Thank you, Sinian.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Be able to just give me an hour, and we'll be good to go. So it lasts for 8 hours or whatever.
Well,
Let's go. On delay.
Are you flying?
We will take the roads for the most part.
All right.
This grass field. What's up with this? Is this just like an open field?
It's a park.
We're cutting through.
Yeah. Do you think people would not like it if we
You're
went
a
through it?
horse. Horses are supposed to run on grass. Come on, your mom's possibly a name.
He's not a horse, he's a Pegasus.
And people would not like
Flying pony, same thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
it's up
if
to you if you want to fly across there.
yeah, we will fly across it.
All right. Sounds good.
There's no one to tell us otherwise.
I'll shoot a bitch down.
Y'all are gonna get so many fines. All right.
Fuck you. Bring us in the ticket too. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So. Can be,
We'll give them signing.
NFL residents in Lee Farrington.
Now, fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah,
you.
it takes you about 20 minutes to get
Okay.
back. And you arrive. And you are at your house now.
Hello.
Hey,
We just let ourselves in. Rousters.
Harold knocks.
Ugh. We don't.
Luca will answer the door. Oh, hey, you're back. Didn't even
Yes.
notice you left.
Hi.
Has your sister returned?
No.
Our sister.
Fuck yeah.
yeah, why won't Hammerfell acknowledge any of his siblings?
I don't know.
Where's your brother?
That's my
Aren't
problem.
you also my brother? Hammerfell, shut up and answer the question. Smacks Luca.
Yeah, that might be considered suspicious. Yeah, I don't know. Has our sister returned?
I think was going to a weird protest today.
Yes,
Oh.
I met her there.
Where's your mom's bathroom?
An odd question, but a necessary one.
There, we have like a communal. We don't each have our own bathroom. There's
Okay, show me.
down Silva. Come on, lead you upstairs to a small bathroom, which is like has a toilet and everything, like a toilet.
I mean, he's just being blunt, Rachel. Why is there fire? Because Sinian's in town.
Burn the ground, burn the ground, burn.
But anyway, what do we find in here?
It's a pretty basic bathroom. There's a sink, a mirror, a toilet, and that appears to be it. Within there's
Grab some of her
Every-
shit.
everything you
This'll
normally find in a
work.
bathroom. There is not
That
a
would work. But
brush or anything.
said we're looking for like brush, comb, toenail.
Nothing of that alike
Is
in
my
here.
hairbrush?
Where is her room? If you
Uh,
don't mind me asking.
Down there. She doesn't like people going in it.
Alistair's already walking. This one?
Yeah,
Does it work? Cool. Tries to open it.
it's open.
Okay.
Ah.
See,
I'll make sure not to touch anything that I don't have to.
I don't
um,
believe you, but go ahead.
see, the protest was seemingly correct. Sadly, there is something strange going on in this underground project. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, please don't tell me she got you talking about that shit.
No, she is right about it. The people disappearing.
It's just
do you
a
know?
rumor.
Do you know the spell that can discern the direction towards a creature?
Yes.
Yes, well, I have regained the use of my magic since I have left, and she is down there. My mother.
Listen, I hate to be that guy, but clearly, like, you're way newer to magic than I am. At least, like, in terms of years of being practice.
Very
Maybe you
well.
made a mistake.
Damn.
Then perhaps you wish
Damn.
to join me, and you can see for yourself.
I'm not gonna let the rumors guide my life, Sam.
Yes, then let Bjorn do it.
Didn't you let your parents guide your life from the other room?
I don't have that spell available today.
Yes, but I do.
It then.
Yeah, and
I have seen it through the eyes of Bjorn. You should
Hammerfell.
trust me on this.
Sam, you're a jouster. I don't mean to be like that. I don't mean to be a jerk here, but that's what you did. Like, forgive me if I don't really trust in your magical capabilities.
I have attained a level of magic that is beyond anything that I was capable of earlier.
And
So yes, I do understand that I was not always a devout follower of Bjorn. I was not always the gifted magically. That was always you. But I have seen my own side of things. I have walked my own path, and Bjorn has gifted me with many things. And I know that in his eyes of truth and justice, that this is a moment that he needs us, that she needs us.
make a persuasion check.
Any good of those?
Can I use Lucky from half a mile away?
No.
Actually, that's more than a mile.
I have this brother of yours.
But you're the best around.
You're the best.
I would have to cast it beforehand, but
Listen.
yeah.
If you want to guide me, I'm the best.
He's sort of looks to the ground before looking up at you. Where'd you see her exactly?
Well, where the protest was going on, around the strange entrance, just straight down. Did I get a sense of how far down? I don't know.
No,
if
the spell does not do that.
Ah.
It gives you like direction, but no distance. It was within 1,000 feet.
Does locate creature work if the target is dead?
It has
It
to be
only
a
targets
creature.
creatures, not objects. That's a different spell.
Gotcha. Okay.
Goes back and casts locate object. You also find something that's like your mom.
Wow.
No.
That's all Signing can do.
Well, I found merit. Well, one of them.
You see,
Found one of the Merediths.
I know that she is alive. I do not know how much longer. She could have simply fallen down there, though I doubt that. As she said that, or M said that her errands were not on that side of town. So this sounds like some sort of strange kidnapping. I'm unsure.
Mom napping.
I've seen many a strange thing on my journeys. That not all authority is to be trusted. There is much corruption about.
Yeah. Clearly. Fine. How can I help? I'm no fighter, but I don't know if I can do anything from the sidelines.
Not spitting venom like you can't fight, little shit.
Well, I know that you have used up some of your magic for the day, conversing with me, but I would accept any spells that you were able to help me or my allies out with.
Well,
We already have some blessings of the divine on us, and kind of looks around at the faint silvery aura.
Oh, that's gone for a while. It only shows up when it starts, and then it's gone.
Oh, when it starts. Okay.
Be a lot cooler if it did.
Well,
That's true.
it isn't, because I'm not cool. Shut up.
Just have an unusual effect
not
on at all
cool.
times.
I can magically create like a meal and it'll bolster you a little bit.
No, thank you, though.
That's the best. All of my magic is best used after something terrible has happened.
Well, we might need you then.
Alright. If that's the case, he goes into into his own room and emerges. You see him with a rather large like stone clay box. He opens it and there is a you can see there appears to be a very large and well-cut diamond within this. It's given to me for emergencies by Stevenson.
Man, I bet he could have used that.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Well, he can't, because he's
I'm the
freaking-
killer.
He died of quote unquote natural causes.
Yes, that is
The pillow we held in his face.
good good
I'll keep it on me.
Yes. I have some of my own, and we will pull out 3 of his created diamonds. Which are just 300 gold pieces. I don't know if that one is
That one's significantly more.
Oh,
Yeah, he'll-
could this be used for like
Are they comparing their
Raised dead?
family?
it's
Comparing,
900 gold pieces worth of diamond.
comparing rocks. My rock's bigger. Says who?
It seems to be worth about, like, from your eyes, certainly more than, like, somewhere above, between, like, 800 and 1500 GP.
That's a big
Nice.
jump,
it's like
Isaac.
resurrection level diamond.
It's a big diamond.
Mhm.
It's a big.
Well, you'll probably only lose one parent in this.
The diamond's
Like-
bigger.
But he, like, closes it and puts it, stores it within, like, a pocket that he's wearing. Oh, good luck. Is M going down there with you?
She seemed adamant about it.
Right. Be careful. Make sure she doesn't kill anything that's not a robot, if possible.
Has she been
Yes.
murdering people lately?
I will do my best.
She's like
Aww.
Who hasn't done a little bit
Henry and
more?
James.
she's like real strong, and she seems pretty adamant about like how like the government is corrupt and they should be wiped out, and like if they are, then yeah, they deserve some, but maybe just try not to keep her on a tight leash.
I will keep my eye on her.
Thank you.
I think
Oh,
it's
no.
interesting that when Hammerfell like doesn't really trust Alistair, but now that Alistair's in his mom's room, he's just totally forgetting.
What's going on in this room? I want to know.
You enter the room. It has a single small bed within it, a small bedside table. There is a small, very small, like kind of like beauty station, where there's a small
A vanity?
oval mirror. Yeah, a small oval mirror where
More
there
mirrors?
does appear to be a dress, or not a dress, a comb and a brush, as well as a couple of different what appear to be nail trimmers.
Yes, I need a nail. That's the easiest one.
Por
Couldn't you just take the nail
They're gonna come in
trimmers?
the room.
qué no pedo?
There's no nail. There's just nail trimmers.
Wait, what do you?
Damn it.
¿Por qué no pero?
Yeah, that's why no hair.
Oh,
Why not hair?
Because a single
That's why
fingernail.
not dog.
I thought it. Yeah, well, perro is dog. Pero is like butt, like the conjunction.
What's the? I don't remember.
I think
what freaking
hair
means.
is cabello.
I don't know.
Anyway. Then the next option
Yeah,
will be
it's
the comb.
cabello. Anyway,
Cabeza is head.
Can we try to collect the
in
hair
Spanish.
from her brush and
Yeah, easily enough.
cool. We're just gonna start casting the spell now because they're fighting and I want to go yell at a child, but I won't.
which child?
It takes 10 minutes, so he's full on just like trancing in
Call
the
me
floor of the room on the
Golden
bed.
Age Simpsons, because I'm about to choke a child.
What?
So this is great. We'll just go ahead and just cast the spell, or how are you gonna do the 10-minute thing? How long was their talk?
10 minutes.
That was probably 5 or
10
6.
minutes.
Okay.
Then yeah, you come into the room and he is performing the scrying spell.
Just
He's vibing.
magic.
Oh.
My friend's mom.
Nothing weird about that.
Samson's mom.
Hammerfell's mom has got. Oh, that was way better than what I was doing.
Samson's mom is really freaking strong.
I'm so mad that Solera's so formal. I can't call you Sam because it's hilarious.
Hey, Sammy boy.
Alistair will like
Sammy
cock an eyebrow
boy.
at you, Hammerfell, as you walk in. As he's holding like a clump of your mom's hair in one hand.
Why?
Ooh,
Why didn't you just use the hairbrush? Oh, like a body
Is that-
part, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was
it's
a
hair
possession
and
that I
nail
was
or
thinking
other
of.
body part.
You're right.
A
body
possession
part
also
counts.
works, but it's much lower on the scale.
Take it that
I
you
forgot
are
about
casting
those.
the spell now.
He'll nod.
I shall give you
As
the.
he's mumbling to himself in Infernal.
I shall give you the focus then. You'll kind of step back.
I'd
His-
like to
I
think
need
that Alistair is
mom.
also humming Stacey's
Yeah, I was
mom.
about to say. I was about
Yes.
to say his somatic components.
It's Stacy's
Verbal-
mom.
It's Stacy's
Verbal components is-
mom in Infernal, but it's Samson's mom.
All right, but
I need a. Hold on. So it's +5 because I've only ever seen and heard of her. I've never met her in person. But then I subtract 10 from her save. So it is essentially a DC 23 Wisdom save.
all right.
Can you fail a scrying save on purpose?
Yes, you
If you
can.
want to be seen?
Yeah,
You have to
but
be
if-
aware.
Yeah, you have to be aware that's happening.
Mm.
So if you like descending on someone like Aelin, and he was on the plane, and he said, "Yes, you can look at him. I could do it," but he's not here. So
He's in the Feywild.
You begin
Fade.
the process, and the spell completes. You feel it go through, and the picture begin to clear, but then the spell is immediately dispelled.
Did it say?
if they cast dispel magic on the sensor, did I get to at least see anything in the room? Because I have to cast the spell to dispel it.
Yeah, it is not a person casting dispel magic.
Oh,
They had the dispelling stones.
interesting. Well, okay.
This 8 is gonna do wonders, guys.
I found her, I think. But then someone stopped me.
You did not see much then, yes?
Mm-mm. Whoever it was seeming, or whatever it was. Either there's something passively there that was prepared in ahead of time, and or someone was prepared for someone to try something like that. I have one more trick I can try.
And what
So
is
there's
that?
If she's not conscious, I can cast Dream on you, and that one isn't blocked by things that block divination.
That would let me converse with her.
Yeah, it's the same thing as what happened with your father.
Ah.
I mean, I can do it, but I assume that you would want to.
Yes. Of course, sure.
And what's great is the way that the spell works, it lasts most of the day. So if it doesn't work immediately when you enter the trance, you can just keep trying until she passes out. But as far as I know, once you make contact, you can't, start and stop and start and stop.
Huh.
It's just until you make contact within the... But yeah. He will spend 1 minute to cast Dream on Hannah. I know we did it last time we talked about it. Do you understand trancing? Like, you did it last time, so that's what Celira does.
Yes, I'm.
Eat me.
Oh, I guess you do your stuff with your god and your stuff, so you're used to. Whenever you're ready. But, yeah, because it also does let you know that if they're awake, and you either can end the trance or wait for them to wake up, or wait for them to fall asleep.
The creature is awake.
She is awake right now.
Well, that's good. That means she's both alive and conscious.
Yes. That is good to know.
Sorry, that's the best I can do.
Yes, thank you for your optimism.
Well, I guess let's go get the others.
Very well.
Also, like, all of your siblings kind of tools?
He,
Your brother's
glares at him.
a little judgmental about the magic thing. Is he sensitive about that?
Still out here.
Are you sensitive about your magic? Because
Not
you were,
really.
like, really mean to Samson.
No, I just... you didn't know him before he left.
Oh, it's not exactly.
Kind of mean to judge someone without seeing them for all that time.
They're brothers.
Give me a minute.
Rude. Well, thank you for letting us in.
Yeah.
He's so tiny and cute. What, he likes small, sassy people.
I return.
Okay,
over there.
I'm gonna date your sister, Hammerfell, and Alistair's gonna date your brother. and
No,
you
stop
can
trying to
never
date my
escape us.
family.
Cyan's gonna get with your mom.
It'll leave
Ew.
forever.
And recently
Walk
gets
off into
with
the
no
ocean
one.
like Godzilla and never return.
Everyone, let's go to the Broken Blade.
I'm already here.
Is Isaac gone?
I'm here. Are you
Oh,
guys
okay.
heading back?
He's just waiting for
yeah.
us to get back on top.
We will return, but before they leave, Aaronfell will turn to Luca. Say, did you see the casket?
Yeah, kind of. Kind of hard to miss.
Yes. I do hope you pay your respects.
I've already made the necessary prayers to Bjorn, and when everyone's ready, we can perform the rites.
Yes. I have already done rites of my own and preserved the body, but well, we need Mother back first.
Yeah.
Well, stay safe.
Good luck.
Of course. If you won't be with you, and you'll leave. We return
Bro.
to the
Alright.
we return to the broken bitch
Alright.
inn.
I stab Hammerfell.
You return to
Good luck with that.
the Broken Blade Inn.
Mr. fucking Noodle Arms.
I'll
and,
stab him myself.
Saliva is probably going on another tangent.
Yeah,
As,
if
enter.
they haven't like
Now
got
it's on
rooms or whatever, if
prefixes.
they just stayed at the table, she's absolutely.
Sadian's drinking heavily. Reese is listening. Is trying to have. Reese is trying to like talk with them.
Actually, by
talk
this
back
point,
and
she's
like have
probably
like.
gotten on another topic. So if we go from that to infixes, it's actually not. I mean, I'll go off on the
Hammerfell?
tangent for roleplay purposes. if you guys
Hammerfell,
want.
please.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, yes. Here we are.
Are you all right?
Oh, yes, everything is fine.
How did it go?
There's news. She is still alive. She is awake, but Alistair was unable to see through his senses.
Oh dear.
She was prevented somehow warded from such magics.
Well, that is a disappointment.
Yes. Simply there is more unknown than we were hoping for.
Are we going down there then?
Yes,
that the
I believe
plan?
so.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish there was some way. I suppose we haven't tried to converse with the creators of this project. Signing, do you know anything about it?
Do I know anything about this project?
No, this started taking place long after you left.
Nope.
Signing left home and his empty
this
nester
is-
parents went insane.
This is Zach not knowing names, but was the name said at the site?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
There was his name.
Indicus dominant.
Digitus Summer?
Stonimp.
Stonump?
Didn't
Yeah,
Signing and tell me
That's
that
my
name?
dad.
Or all of us?
That's
Oh.
my dad.
Yes,
Oh,
he
no,
seems
this
to
is
be
entertaining.
the curator of this project. This underground project. Said that it was supposed to be some sort of housing thing. Don't
Housing?
know why he would want to live underground, but
I mean, there have been many societies that did housing.
I'll ask. We've got like what, 2 hours before sister shows up,
I suppose.
or is it more like 1 hour now?
At this point, about an hour and 20 minutes.
All right, I can ask and then rest up.
Oh, very well. Therefore, we'll sit down and begin a short rest.
Sunny
Sunny.
is gonna. He'll cast sending to his dad.
All right.
Again, what's with the below ground thing? I'm curious to know.
Is that all?
I love how you could just ask about Meredith directly, but instead we're going to go this route.
Well, yeah,
It's a
there
project,
might
you
be
know.
more people
It's
down there.
something I've been working on for quite a while now. Something that's been placed in my hands. Something very important.
Ooh, someone else started.
And you are stealing people for it?
Oh,
Do
come
you
on.
cast sending again?
Yeah. And that doesn't sound right.
Like Signing wasn't stealing people with his book.
You
It wasn't stealing. They weren't
no,
using
like,
their food in the first place.
Now,
It
son,
was
let me
mid-
tell you. That is nothing but blatant lies brought up by enemy political parties. I guarantee.
This.
Aren't you a
Can I
Warcraft?
insight over sending?
Sure.
Tiny and insight.
Sign in, insight, moment. No idea.
So to tell.
He should have advantage.
Yeah.
He knows his dad.
It is oversending.
And technically, insight requires body language.
Body language. Yeah. Don't know. It's not being too forthright. But let's wait an hour.
What do you mean, not forthright? What did he say?
Basically nothing that we didn't already know, or that has been made public knowledge by him.
Could we pay him a visit, do you think?
I don't know where he is. Wouldn't tell me that either. Too much of a big shot for his own son, I guess.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Inside.
As he takes like a big drink of his almost said soda because I'm doing the same. Big drink of his drink.
Don't lie to me, you fucker. I mean, I don't think you can mechanically beat my 31.
I tried and I failed.
Yeah. So what's the vibe?
I mean, he's a
How
little hurt.
depressed is he?
He's a little hurt.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Then we
Sophie.
wait an hour.
Should we
All right.
get rooms? Just to have them?
Yes. I believe that would be beneficial. I do not wish to intrude on my family's small homestead. So,
Sure.
having rooms of our own would be nice.
How much are rooms?
Rooms are going to be 5 silver pieces a night.
No problem.
I'll pay a gold piece.
All right.
Same.
For 2 rooms or for 2 nights?
Or
Or do you want
rooms.
change?
I'll do 2
Alright.
rooms.
I'll do 2 rooms.
All right.
Reesney will do 1 room.
Very nice. They are all single rooms, by the way. In case that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Reesney
like any of us are
assumes
not
Alistair wants
single.
to. Reesney is assuming Alistair is going to want to.
Sad.
Reesney is assuming Alistair wants to be snuggle buddies.
Do you think
Snuggle
Alistair can
buddies.
stay alone for more than 14 minutes without killing someone? Yes, he wants someone to be in his room with him. It distracts me from the look in my head.
I must
trying
be
to die to
constantly
hiccups.
distracted or I'll start thinking, and we all know what happens when I start thinking.
Trying
I
not to
get
die to
real
hiccups.
sad.
And if I get sad, I
Also,
start
I'm
cutting.
casting mage armor every 8 hours just for the record.
All right.
Nice. Mage's armor.
All right.
So I know get dressed in his leathers again.
You do all take a short rest. It's about 20 to 30 minutes from when M is supposed to show up.
I'll get some stuff back.
Anything going on after besides waiting? Any more sendings? Any more?
Can we do something? Hold on. So what is
Alistair
this?
or Ethan?
Do what'd you say?
Is Alistair or Ethan talking to us?
This is me asking the GM a
Okay.
question.
What?
Describe the structure again.
The donut.
Like, which place?
Where we're going.
The donut?
There's a.
That-
It's like one of those like circular doorways
Oh,
that
one
like
of these.
vies open like a,
Well,
isn't it?
the building itself, like where this thing is sort of set in the ground of, it is a large upright ring. Brass. It is 300 to 400 feet tall, and at the bottom of it there was a strange tube, like when all those miners got stuck in that mine that one time, the tube they sent down is kind of
Which time?
comparable to that technology. But currently there is a large circle of metal that is then shut. So now the only hint that there's something there is these two circular pieces of metal that are bisected by a small slit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But there's like a clear entryway and stuff?
Yes. But it is guarded by, at least when Hammerfell left it, 5 of these adamantine robots.
Interesting.
Bottle.
Well, come on, boys. Who wants to go spelunking?
I should say that there's no way to get in there currently.
Oh, I thought that's why I said it was open or not.
No, there's a clear way of entry, it's just closed.
Well then,
Big
your guys'
metal
job
doors.
is to survey the area.
Alright.
I want to keep track of automatons, keep track of what's there. Let's do this while we're getting ready.
Alright. Currently there seems to be a fair amount of people in the area, but then you can tell they're working on taking apart this weird rig that they use to put someone up for a speech that's being cleared out. After that is cleared out, there are now once again 6 automatons surrounding this circular thing. The one that carried whatever person was making an announcement away has since returned.
Are there any? Does it only appear to be one way in, one way out?
From the downward area, yeah, this is the only possible entrance you can see.
6 automatons. Assuming I told them to go invisible like I normally do, I want them to approach the automaton and see if they're able to see.
All right, they do not appear able to see you.
I want one of them to poke the back of one of the automaton's heads and then fly up.
All right.
This should be interesting.
Doesn't seem to affect the automaton at all.
What if they make their way towards the entryway?
They will make their way towards the entryway, and you see once again flat pieces of metal with a slit down the middle. There doesn't seem to be any means of operating or separating this.
I mean, he was just trying to see if the automaton are like
Yeah.
ranged based.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
giving you info since you're there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that's boring. How far away are we? I assume too far. Oh, just barely. Oh, I can't go spy on your family. We'll drop the spell.
All right.
Thank you, boys.
Ooh.
I love them so much. They're my fat boys. I'm the Queen of Hearts from Wonderland. Well, that was all.
All right. Anyone else got anything?
Waiting.
Then after about half an hour, you will see M. Hammerfell returning to, or rather entering the Broken Blade, looking around. Is anyone in the tavern room?
Sign.
I mean, unless there's something else to do, that's where we'll be.
Hairfell is as well. Yeah.
All right. She'll make their way over.
All of us.
Meow.
Then.
Right. So, this is who we're dealing with, huh?
Oh yes.
You
Those are my allies.
Hi, I'm M. I break stuff. What do you guys do?
Cast spells. Truth
Oh,
lightning
cool.
and telekinesis.
A little bit of
Nice.
everything.
Very
Do
nice.
you mean in a fight?
Yeah, because I think that's what we're gonna kind of heading towards.
Wonderful. Magic then.
Get stabbed.
That was one
Oh.
time.
You've been stabbed.
Yes, we
Well-
all have.
A few times.
That's
if
pretty
you're referring
hardcore.
She's
I
a
mean-
badass, isn't she? It's been
Yeah.
like a week, and look at her. She's
I
fine.
mean, your brother healed it quite well.
Oh
Out
shit,
of
you got
character,
that
but
back.
I'm trying to spell
I
you
thought
some
you were
stuff,
like I thought you couldn't do that anymore.
Well, yes, I had a few issues, but I have regained my connection with Bjorn.
Nice, nice. I'm glad one of us has one of those. Awesome. What about you? Oh no, wait, no. Did I get to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not with us. He's just sitting close by.
Sorry. I drink. Yeah.
Did
tell.
wait no? Reasoning answered. Hammer fell. We know.
Signing and Reasoning answered.
Mhm.
Oh, at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
One after another.
I love it. Magic, magic, magic. Alistair, a little bit of everything.
Great. Yeah. Probably best to wait a little bit more.
Can you
Gotta make
tell
sure,
us more about your cause? Is it safe to do so here?
Oh, Henny, you got a room?
We
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Probably better to explain in there.
We can use Salira's room.
All right.
Sure. If that's okay with you,
Of course it is.
Pimp my princess. Let's go.
oh god.
Brandy's not even dead, and, and we're already shipping.
She's dead to me. Move on.
Yeah. She'll, will you lead everyone to your room, Salira?
Yeah.
Right.
Her stuff is just like set on the. I assume there's a desk.
Mhm.
Yeah, her stuff's just like set on the desk. And...
Yeah. Alright. As, you make your way up the stairs. Actually, didn't get anyone's names. Who all are you?
Signing.
Well-
Reasoning.
Alistair.
Salira.
Nice. Good to know, good to know. Yeah, let's, sit down. Okay. She's gonna just make herself at home probably on the bed. And is going to clasp her hands together, take a deep breath.
Does she have any kind of weapons?
No.
So wait, her name is
She's a
also
pugilist.
Meredith?
No,
No.
this one's M.
M, right.
Or- Yeah. Previously known
Yeah.
as Emily.
Okay.
It's short. It's M, which is short for Meredith.
It's just the letter M.
Alright. So, this is what we know as of now. There is a weird project going on beneath the streets of Tinkodran. And for as long as I've been here, which is a few years, stuff has been fine until this project began. People started disappearing. The crops started to get a little fucked up. And then the trees started to get a little fucked up. And we all, as a group, me and a bunch of friends of mine, decided this is a little fucked up. So, we began the protests, because there were rumors of what was going on underground, something to do with, well, being honest, it started off as we thought that maybe the people were being replaced by not people. That sounds stupid looking back now, but
It
we definitely
does
know.
not sound stupid.
Really?
We saw a similar situation in Hendrix. With people
Oh,
being
yes.
replaced
Oh,
by
like,
extraplanar beings
Yes.
oh,
that could take their form. And
Yeah, this is
read
probably
your
not
mind
that,
and
though.
Replace one's memories.
Yes, it was
Quite a
quite
bit.
the situation.
man.
But these rumors, are they about creatures from beyond this plane?
Well, I thought it was an impossibility. We kind of moved on from there to what is likely more happening, or more likely happening. This this guy, the guy who makes the TVs, Stonamp, he is an inventor, but he kind
What's
of
that on you?
was a normal, like he made those weird boxes, and that was his kind of big deal. But what we think happened is he suddenly became part of the government here and started being employed by them, which seems sudden. Doesn't have that many friends in town, so it was weird. But we had no means to think that he didn't just take a job. But now we're starting to think. Have y'all ever seen a ship made out of full metal before?
Mhm.
Yes, we have. There's one being used by a group of rebels in the Finette.
Huh. Well, we happened a little bit more than a year ago. We saw one leave our shores. It was carried in one of those things. Also, something you can thank Stonham for up there. Carried in one of those things and dropped off in the middle of the night. We thought it was weird, but you know, it's just a metal ship. We thought it was going to be announced as like one of those Stonham contraptions, you know, but then it never happened. And as you said, turns up in Finette.
Yes, it was sold to a group of terrorists who were
Yeah.
meant to disrupt the Vedishire stands.
Yeah, left in Finette for. It was found, not destroyed, but certainly beat up by the giant attacks down there. Now, based off of what I know and what Stonamp has said himself, that seems kind of out of character for him to make like these machines of war. And now there's this thing going on underground that we still don't understand, but we know Stonamp is in charge. It's supposed to be an expansion of residency, but it's been delayed so many times, and crops are starting to wilt, trees are starting to wilt, leaves are falling way sooner than they should be. Something is going on beneath the earth, and someone is making this guy do it.
Do you believe he's being forced against his will? Or that he is voluntarily complicit?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to find out.
Yes, and
Nobody
do
knows
have
anything about the guy.
somebody who does.
Oh, it's like
What do you know?
Fair bit.
Right, well, that helps.
He's
Seeing like
my dad.
really, you know, the most surprising thing about this to me is that guy found a wife? Or
Yeah.
is this kind of like a not so wife? Well, you said yeah, so I'm not gonna push that.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow. Well,
it's my mom is arguably worse than him, but things may have changed.
It kind of seems. Does this seem against character from what you knew?
Vastly, yeah.
Right. Well, does he have anything to lose? By any chance that you know of that he would care about, or do you think he would do this to save his own life?
Not sure, but
Right.
only one way to really find out.
Hey, at least you must have gotten your mom jeans. You certainly look a lot better than he does. No offense to your father.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, you sorry, losing focus. But that we were protesting today. We were trying to be peaceful because That was Lucas doing. He said that a peaceful resolution is always the best one, and, well, look where it got us today. Benny is still recovering.
It might be the best one, but it's not always plausible.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my spiel. Any questions?
Are you
The
alright?
ch-
Gonna be honest, that wasn't the first question I thought you'd ask, and it's a pretty hard one to answer. I mean, like, yeah, I'm all right. I can move. Nothing hurts.
It just sounds like you've been carrying a lot.
Yeah, I guess it actually feels pretty good to say it to people that believe you for once.
Yes, well, I'm sure that the mother will believe you now.
Yeah.
I talked with Luca, and he seems to have believed me.
How did you convince him of this?
Well, I talked to him in his own language. I had ways to see it through Bjorn's eyes, and simply had to speak to him from that perspective.
Right. Makes sense. Man. I have a couple things to learn from you, I guess.
Yes.
And from everyone here, hopefully. But yeah, I'm no slouch.
Do you
get
need a weapon? I have several.
no, thank you. I do well without.
Oh,
Kind of slow me down.
Breaking things. What sort of things?
I'm. Did Luca happen to tell you what my occupation is?
No, not exactly.
Kind of known as the Breaker. I'm a gladiator.
Oh,
Now
I,
that's fun.
I use my hands. I break not people, but I certainly beat them down. They're more broken after they get to me than after they leave. Or before, they're more broken than before they get to me.
You kick ass good.
Yeah. What the horny guy said.
Do you mean literally or figuratively?
fine. Slayer doesn't know that word.
I mean, literally, you have horns. Its her face suddenly goes red. Oh no. Sorry. No, I meant your particular choice in head decoration.
My body?
No, fuck.
He does have horns.
Anyway. Yeah, horns. See, she gets it. Thank you.
His name is Alistair.
Yeah, Alistair. Sorry, there's a lot of information I'm absorbing right now.
Hold on. We're gonna, as she's talking, we're going to
Oh no.
turn into her with horns.
Okay.
Alistair,
Oh shit, that's trippy.
I was your brother yesterday. That was fun.
Yes, he does
Really?
this.
You want to see Hammerfell dance? Or you want to see Samson dance?
Please don't.
eh,
Now is not the time.
Yeah, you're right. Gotta go beat up robots and save your mom.
Can you turn into her?
Yeah. Any particular way you want.
No, I was just curious if you could turn into girls also.
your
Oh,
mother?
wrong thing. I keep saying tech magic, not disguise self. Wrong one. Close enough. We shall. We're Salira now.
Oh, she was talking about Salira.
Well, I mean, he already turned into her.
Her.
Yeah, that's true.
She's
Oh.
flustered. You know what? Since this is free and I can do it without the components once, what's going on in her head?
All right.
Surface thoughts. We might delve deeper. We're Solera with a low-cut shirt. Let's go.
Oh God.
A shirt? She wears dresses.
That's
No, you wear dresses. I'm
That's
Solera with a
blasphemy.
low-cut shirt.
She is going to make a wisdom saving throw, not against the spell, but you know.
Against her estrogen.
She is mostly thinking about about what's going on underground, but she is like also keeping her surface thoughts kind of like no, she is keeping her surface thoughts about the people in the room almost kind of like as a distraction from fucked up shit, but she finds most of the people in the room fairly attractive.
Look at that.
This whole
you
party
guys.
is ridiculously hot.
Because you made attractive characters, everyone pretty much except for Hammerfell and Reesney. Hammerfell because brother, Reesney because there's not much to see except for like a bit of shadowed face.
Alright, we're gonna telepathically tell her she has good taste, and we agree.
What? Just, like grasp her mind. What?
I'm sorry, you okay?
Are you alright?
Her face is glowing redder, but then she, like, just breathes out, like, steadies herself. Face returns. Sorry.
Alistair?
Anyway,
We'll drop the spells.
Hairful clears it. Clears it, Alistair.
What are you doing, Alistair?
Now, this sibling of yours is fun.
that's fine. He talked to me in my brain a little bit, but that
Yes, you can
fine.
tell him not to.
and hey, glad we agree on something.
What?
Now,
Absolutely.
What
Looks
did
at
you say?
Solera. Oh no, find out later. Anyway, back to the seriousness. We're out of time for jokes.
I look at Hammerfell. Like, these two are gonna be quite the duo. I mean, Alistair and,
now, I
Yeah.
just need to make sure before we do this that you're all properly on board. I don't know what's down there, and I don't know what you faced, but what's down there is gonna welcome us with open arms and say, "Hey, here's the problem. Come fix it." There's gonna
Let me
be
kill
stuff
it.
that we're going to have to deal with and shit we're gonna have to do, not for ourselves, but for the betterment of the people in this weird half city, half forest.
We killed an
that's
alien
not why we're
from.
doing it.
Killed a freaking flesh monster from Limbo. I think we'll be fine.
We saved Mom. We saved Mary. That's fine. That's good. But we also need to keep going beyond that. We need to be able to save everyone here, and we need to be able to sacrifice at least ourselves in order to be willing to do that.
You have learned a lot.
I appreciate your well-rounded planning.
And your willingness
I-
to sacrifice yourself for others. It is very admirable.
I appreciate all of you being here, despite the fact that I just met 4 of you, and despite the fact that I was like 10 or 11 when you left us, Sam.
Well, I can confirm that he is excellent in a fight.
Seem like you all are.
Defeated creatures from beyond this world and of this world as well. But
There was a like big gloomy depression monster that we fought on the way here.
We did see a very strange...
I fight that battle every day too.
No. It was like
it was like
oh,
an actual
It's
creature.
very
We
large.
literally
It
killed
was an
someone for
enormous
breakfast.
It literally killed
cloud
someone in
of
the
smoke.
road.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
I killed. There was a depression monster we fought on the road home. Oh yeah, I get killed every day. No, it was like a real monster
like
made of
really?
made of
Sorry, I
physical
thought
made
you
of
were
physical
speaking
depression.
figuratively.
you.
That was straight up
I
a Dementor.
was not on board at all.
It is all right.
It's okay. That's a bit
but-
strange.
Yes,
But I think it's time to
What
get
else worried
going.
about timing and reasoning?
I expect all
What?
of you
We're
to be
fine.
taking this very seriously. Yes. Looks around the room.
I mean, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna find your mom. We're gonna kick some ass, and we're gonna yell at Sai's dad for not spending time with his son.
See,
Pretty
that's what
standard.
I'm
If he's
talking
down
about.
there.
You have it all
But,
figured
you know.
out.
Anyway, let's go kill some robots.
See, Sunny understands.
Sunny flashes the gun into his hand and just.
This is why you're my favorite. Telepathically told Disney you're still my favorite.
Breezy just nods.
They're
We gotta
both
kill what we gotta
Mitch!
kill in order for, like, what needs to be done needs to be done.
We would try not to
Sure.
kill anyone.
No, I'm saying robots aren't
But if
even
it
alive,
becomes
so, you know, it doesn't matter.
necessary,
If it becomes necessary,
not
we
something
Oh,
will.
they're
we
gonna stop
forward
us,
to.
so you know.
We're not gonna
Yes.
try, but we do what we have to do.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Alistair.
I mean, they're gonna get in our way, so you know.
If they threaten my friends, I'm going to slaughter them.
I love my
The-
friends, and I love Marty.
The automatons can be dealt away with, but
Yeah.
try not to take any human lives.
Oh,
Well, that's why I didn't say we're killing Tinian's dad. We're just gonna yell at him.
Or
yeah, and I was gung ho about
human
the
lives.
robots.
no, yes,
Uh,
you understand what I mean. Sorry.
Quick question to everyone in the room. Just so
Yes.
I know who and what we're working with. You're all spellcasters, or you are a little bit of everything. You are,
I shoot a gun and I can cast spells. Yeah.
yeah. And what about you, little wizard? You're a wizard. You look like a wizard.
Yeah. It's close enough. Yeah.
He's a wizard.
He can
Lightning and
conjure
telekinesis,
lightning.
basically.
And you're a spellcaster. You look like a princess.
Oh, she is.
Why can't she be both?
Sorry. Apologies. I
No,
didn't.
no, I'm not
sorry.
offended. I'm not offended.
She's doubly enchanted.
Yes, I grew up doing magic. My whole family is very much into it, I suppose. So
Right.
I've learned a lot out here, though.
Right. Wish we had your
My
parents
degree
here
is
now. That'd
actually
be.
in, well, my degrees are actually in things like linguistics and history. So this has been a very different place.
Wish your parents were here. They'd probably be able to lend a pretty big hand, huh?
No, not exactly.
So sorry.
If they were on our side.
That is true. If,
That's a story
Yeah.
for another time.
Yeah, sorry.
as long as we're all committing treason.
And
I
Hammerfell,
promise I'm way better at fighting than talking.
and Hammerfell is
You're
You're
right.
good at talking.
decent fighter and as well a cleric of Yorn.
Oh,
He's
you're a
honorable
paladin.
knight.
No, sort of.
Cleric.
Cleric and can
Never exactly had the gusto to be a
That's-
paladin.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No,
He's his own special thing.
Sort
but
of is.
magic is different at least, as well as the. There are vows, yes.
Yes, there are. Well,
Oh, so
promises
you
alchemy.
haven't made an oath to Bjorn or anything?
I have.
So you're not.
Anyways, let's go. Let's
This
go to the whole.
semantics may be discussed later. Here,
Right,
we shall
um,
go meet with
And
friends.
I kill shit.
I like semantics.
Francis is
No, no,
still.
no.
Oh man, it's been years. I'm
He
excited to
has
see him.
wings now.
Yes.
He's only died
Needs
like
them.
6 times.
He has what? And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Okay, I'm in love with M. I actually am.
I'm
that
trying to
didn't
tell
take
you
very
that
Rachel's in love
long.
with him. Rachel's
Can
in
you
love with
imagine,
him.
like, trying to fight this political horrible force on your own and, like, leading this activist group to try and keep people safe?
And
And then suddenly your
five
brother
fuckos are
shows
just like,
up
oh yeah, I'll
after
commit treason.
15 years with a bunch of really hot mages. And
We can't help it. We're sexy.
Bro,
everyone in this party is
with
attractive.
3 hot mages and a goblin. A
if
very
Green
tall
Beef
goblin.
Patty
with a
was
tail.
gonna be an NPC, it was gonna be Hammerfell's sister. Like that's just how it's gonna be.